Hello my friends. I'm going to show you today how to make a portable grafting wax heater that you can use in the field. This heater is made from recycled materials, most of it, and it's quick to make. It takes about 30 minutes. I'm using this quart can that is being recycled. The first thing that you do after it's empty is remove the top part of the can. You can see here I removed the top of the can, and we're going to work on the bottom. And this is a 1 quart can. And what I want to do, we're going to use these tea candles, and we want to mark out the center. So hold that close, and we're using a Sharpie to give us the circle close enough. And next we need to make 3 tabs that's going to bend up and hold the tea candle in the center. So we want to draw this like that, and 3 locations, and I'm drawing these parallel towards the middle. Just like that. Okay, these have to be long enough that it will be taller than the side of this, and we're leaving about 1/8 of an inch over, so it just comes out pretty even right on this groove of the can. So we cut those tabs, and this is going to be my tool. If you're using your kitchen utensils, just don't let your wife find out. Okay, now I'm going to go here. Just like that. And I'm sure this is going to be dulling it, but that's okay. We know how to sharpen knives. I don't know if you ever went camping, but there's been a number of times I've used my penknife to open the can up. Okay, now we need to make these into a flat. There's one. Had to release that one. Probably work a little better if I was wearing my glasses, then I could see a little bit better. Okay, right there, you can see on the inside it's standing up. And there's the tea candle. We push that down in. And now what I'm doing, you can't see it, but I'm pulling those tabs up so that they're perpendicular to the base. And right there. And the metal's soft enough that you can push the tips over just a tad. They are sharp edges, so you're taking a chance that you might cut yourself, but that's okay. Be careful you won't. All right, that is the heat source. Next thing we want to do is, if you set this down on the ground, you're going to lose your air. So we want to lay out some vent holes. So I'm going to put 3 holes right here. And that's enough. Just because I like to be symmetrical. Okay. This will allow air to draw in, so when you're burning the candle. Okay, next step. Okay, here is my grafting wax. It smells good. Okay, whatever size can you're using, this is a pretty large diameter, but it fits in here real nice. I'm going to set this in here but about this deep. I want to have this lid, or this sticking up enough that when I want to remove it, it's easy for me to grab the top edge. So I'm going to set it down to that rim. And this will be customized for whatever can you're using for your wax, holding your wax. So this is the depth that I want, and right here, it's nice that this has ridges. We're going to choose that ridge right here, and I will mark this all the way around the perimeter, and this works so nice that I don't have to measure as we're going around. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but there's my marks. Okay, now we need to have stops in there. I'm using a coat hanger for the wire. The coat hanger is pretty malleable, so that meaning that it's soft steel, it's easy to bend. So I'm going to make a support for this can to sit on, and this is the height that I need. So I'm going to use my pliers, set it at that height, and bend 90 degrees. And we're going to do a series of bends. Okay, it's right at the height that I'm after. Okay, now I want that coat hanger to sit about 1 inch in. So I'm marking that location, grabbing it, and now I'm going to bend it parallel to the first one. So you can see where that'll be. And now we need to bend at this location. Like this. And you see where I'm going with this? And we need another inch in here. Bending that. Need a 90-degree bend. Now we have to match this height. And we'll do it this way again. See where we're at. to maintain that inch. So right here. Now each time you make a bend, it's going to be rounded, so you have to kind of guess, compensate to guess where that's going to be. Now we need to trim this off for the height, or we just leave it bent, bend it over the other direction. It'll give us a foot. That'll work. This will slide inside. Like that. And there's our can. This gap on the side, you don't want it real tight. This allows for a chimney action from the candle. And I can grab it from the top and remove it. Okay, now we need to make a handle. For a handle, you can use your coat hanger, or this is a handle off of a paint can. It's already bent on the ends. It's pretty stiff, won't have any problem with that, and it's also malleable. Or this is thicker. This is fencing wire, but it's very malleable, and for that size it's very easy to bend, easier than the coat hanger. So any one of these would be fine. For the handle, I want to drill a couple holes into the can, and I'm going to go up near the top edge. I'm going to come down approximately a half of an inch, and I'm going to put two holes. I want to miss that same. I'll put two holes opposite each other. Looks pretty close. I cut a piece of the soft, larger diameter malleable wire, 11 inches long. And you can do whatever length you want. You could test fit a piece, but the hole that I drilled was sized for this wire. Okay, I'm going to start with making a bend in about a ½ inch from the end. And when I finish, I'll pull that in, I'll tuck it up. Okay, then I'm going to come up about 3 inches. I'm going to work both sides the same. But before I do that, I want to make a fancy handle. So I have these wooden beads, and I'm going to make the top of the handle lined with wooden beads. So they just happen to fit this wire diameter. And I want it for my hand right there. And that's the width of the can. Okay, now we just need to do the bends. I'll bend this side same way, on the same plane as the other one. Right there. Now we need to make 90 degrees here. We want the handle to be straight. So we'll start the bend. And we'll do the same with this one. And if you get this 90 degrees, those beads won't follow the end. We'll try to make that pretty crisp. Now what you see, I'm over bending here to try to make it more of a 90 degree. Okay, now these are going 90 so that I can push them into the can. One. There's the other. Now, like I said, I was going to pull these up. Right there. Okay, a little bit of adjusting with this. I squeeze those in a little bit. That allows me to fit the can much easier. There's the pot. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, and this isn't necessary, but I'm going to make a belt clip. And I'm going to take another piece of wire. This is the paint can handle, and this is probably better to use than a coat hanger. A coat hanger has a varnish coating for rust preventative. This fencing wire is zinc plated. The handle to the paint can is zinc plated. Okay, this piece of metal that's from the paint can, I'm going to use the entire length, and what I want to do is get it to the middle. Okay, I'm evening those two ends. Then I'll squeeze this. And I'm going to leave this open a little bit, like that. Okay, and slightly offset. I want this a little bit higher, going about 3 inches. I'm going to bend these together. What I'm trying to do right now is just straighten everything out, make everything pretty symmetrical. And this part here is going to be a belt clip. This is going to straddle the beads. And I'm closing these loops so it'll stay onto the wire. Right there. Now, when you're going to load this up, you'll have to remove this, the support, and it's in there that it's not going to fall out. It's under a little bit of tension because you had to squeeze this to get it in. You have to get your tea candle. These candles are very cheap. There's 50 of them for less than $3. set it in there, and then I like to pull those tabs to kind of support them. Place this back in like that. Now you need to have a lighter that can reach down in there. There we go. We have a flame. Candle is lit. Wax is on. Now what I do is pre-melt my grafting wax, and I'll do that in my crock pot with water around it. When that's molten, then I'll set this in the can, and that flame will add enough heat that it'll keep the grafting wax liquid. And it should be protected. There should not be a problem with the candle blowing out. It should stay lit because it is protected from the wind. And the candle will stay lit. Here's the canister, and it can be clipped onto the belt so that you can have hands-free working as you're grafting. Here is the finished grafting wax heater, ready for use. Thanks for watching, my friends. Bye-bye.